How do you see VPs of engineering adopt Copilot? Are they looking at this as a way to cut down the number of R&D resources, to make them more productive? Like on that spectrum, how are they rolling out Copilot for bottom line or top line growth?
I talk to lots and lots of customers every week, and literally every single one of them is looking for the productivity boost and happy developers in their teams. In fact, some of the developers in their teams either used it while they were in college, especially if they're new hire graduates, or they're using it open source projects or using it on their personal time. So they actually expect it. So the VP engineering, they're not looking to cut costs. In fact, I can't remember the last time I actually talked to a customer who actually thought about it that way. They're purely looking for the acceleration because they say, well, our competitors are doing that. If we don't, that's actually a huge threat to our business if we can't keep pace with them seeing 40, 50, 60% improvements in developer performance.
The worlds of developers and security are kind of merging. If you look at what Sneak is doing, do you think developers should be in charge of, application security, and do you see security responsibilities being transferred more to the developer?
Good security actually has to start with the developer. You can't actually have the security team in the ivory tower being the department of no. The security team needs to be the department of yes and they need to actually help make sure that the most important security work is actually happening in places like engineering. That's where it's cheapest, it's most effective. You're actually empowering people to make good security decisions on their own, not waiting 3 weeks for the security team to maybe get back to you and do a review right before you ship something. You really want security to be that like enabler, that driver and accelerators, because you actually want to take smart risks and move quickly, not wait around in a more of a risk-averse posture. And the security team that's actually helping you enable, those are the ones that are going to help companies win.
Any correlation between kind of the use of Copilot and security posture? So the more code augmentation tools you use, does that improve your security posture?
The benefit now is actually the models and some of the implementations actually definitely help you get to more secure coding outcomes because we're able to now see and help prevent you from actually writing vulnerabilities in the first place. And then also everybody sits on a mound of technical debt and building agents to help make sure that it's actually easy to fix any vulnerabilities that do escape that process, but also help you go back and fix, in many cases, years worth of unserved security vulnerabilities. I actually think AI is actually making security way better all the time. We're actually in a position where AI gives us the leverage that we will literally never get from the security labor market.
If you take the security industry as a focus area, it's been very crowded. It's a lot of startups. What are the white space opportunities left in security, you think?
Yeah, I mean, look at like any other security workflow that's super human intensive. For example, incident response. Incident response is really hard because you have people who have different experiences from places they've worked or different policies and procedures, or they've been through a breach or they haven't. It's actually really hard to do incident response in a sort of a uniform way. It kind of depends on like who you've got on call that day. But actually, this is one of those things where if you can tighten up those workflows and reduce the amount of toil that's spent or unify some of those processes, you're going to make your incident responders 10 times more effective. They're going to go from fully reactive to proactively threat hunting. So I think there's actually like, look at some of those process areas, figure out how you can make that 10 times better. There's plenty of white space in security for that.